of doing to address malnutrition all over the world. Thank you. So Mission 5 million is linking 5 million consumers to 5 million children. Because 5 million at the moment is the number of children that die every year from malnutrition. That's 1 every 6 seconds. It's 14,400 children every day because they're not getting enough of the micronutrients to keep them alive. They're getting grain-based cereal sent as aid often, or they're eating something that has no goodness in it. But some children have 1 meal a day, some people have 1 meal every 3 days. So, you know, it is a huge problem, and it has always been a huge problem. But individuals didn't appear to be able to do anything about it. Governments tried, but people can do something about it. So New York Times are actually 1/3 to 1/2 of all child deaths in the world are linked to malnutrition. And in fact, if you look at our Western world, children are dying from malnutrition rather because they're overfed and so there's obese children, but the wrong calories and not enough of the good calories. So it's not just Africa, it is all over the world. So by sending out this grain-based, you know, literally hundreds of thousands of tons of grain-based cereal, it's enriched with synthetic nutrients that the body doesn't recognise. So it's just mix it with water, give children that meal of sort of grain, I suppose, but not goodness. So when Doctors Without Borders, I don't know if you've heard of Médecins Sans Frontières or Doctors Without Borders, about 2 or 3 years ago they sent out a plea to the world saying fortified blended cereals are not enough. It isn't keeping the children alive, feeding them, not nourishing them. They called out for help. There aren't many people, there aren't many businesses or companies in the world that have the technology or the science to be able to help that, but Manatech do. It's like where science meets nature. We have spent 20 years helping people improve their health and nutrition using real food nutrients that the body recognises. So Manatech said, yeah, we can help this mission, and we did, and we are. So it's, you know, it was one of the biggest pleas out there. But if you look at the two pictures here, a bowl of fruit and from Fruit Loops, the Fruit Loops are actually fortified cereals that people are eating. And it's a bit like the grain that's being sent out by aid agencies. It's stuff fortified. It's like, for example, I know, where's Yvonne?
I'm here.
We were talking about it earlier. If you buy a box of cereal and it says fortified with iron, if you get a magnet and put, say, a cornflake in a bowl of water and use the magnet will pull it along because it's fortified with iron, and it's fortified with iron filings. Our bodies are not meant to absorb iron filings. So, you know, there's all sorts of things we can share with you. But the bottom line is that 95% of all vitamins and minerals across the world are synthetic. They're synthesised from coal tar and from petroleum, and the body doesn't recognise it. So fortifying cereals is not the answer. The answer is actually adding in nutrients that have come from food sources. And that's what Manatech do. Processes that they patent it, they grow things, standardised. In standardised solutions, grow plants, the plants uptake the nutrients, and then the plant is used. And that's what's going out to feed those children. It's added into that grain or that rice or those beans or whatever's indigenous to the people. So it's an incredible process, but that's the answer. You know, the problem is malnutrition. What's an innovative solution to it? That's real food nutrition. That's what we have, and no one else has got that, which is why we can help. So for us, as consumers, I mean, like I said, there's a myriad of practitioners in the room, customers in the room, that are using nutrients for themselves. This Nutriveris, I'm not going to go into products this evening at all, but it's glyconutrients from plant sources, it's vitamins and minerals from plant sources, it's antioxidants from plant sources in a rice bran. And when Manatech knew that we were giving that to our customers and seeing their health turned around, their brains work, their focus, their immune systems buoyed up, they went, this is exactly what we need to be giving to those children. So they developed a product called PhytoBlend. And in the video, that's what the caregivers in all of those schools and orphanages, etc., were giving. them. It can be sprinkled into the food to make it the most nutritious thing they've ever eaten. And that's simple as it is. Mission 5 million, link 5 million people to 5 million children. And that's what we're doing. And if you go on the Manna Relief website, which I've got a slide shot of it in a second, you'll see how many servings have been sent out already, how many children have been impacted in how many different countries. And you might know groups here. Bear in mind, this has also been sent to England. You might know groups of people that you think, they need these nutrients. They can't think at school, they're not getting their education properly because they aren't getting the right food. We can help them. But we can only help them when we have more customers that donate, that the donation through consumption program works through. So every time we buy a product, whether it be an omega-3 or an antioxidant or the glyconutrients or the Manna Bears, you're welcome to try those. These are fantastic real food nutrients for all ages, but meant to be for children. I've eaten a lot today. So we send out our aid. So that's as simple as it is. Now Manna Relief is the not-for-profit charity. It was set up in 1999, and it's set up to help children all over the world. And the year one, someone from a Romanian orphanage came to Sam Castor, who's the founder of Manatech, and said, every year 30% of our children die in the winter. They just don't, we can't keep them alive. He said, why? He says, because they die from malnutrition. Even however hard we try, he went, it can't be right. Well, here, have some of our nutrients. The next year, the Romanian orphanage caregivers came to see Sam Castor and went, no children died this year. We've been going for 50 years, the first time. So it started with one orphanage. And now, we've helped in 87 different countries. We're working with 906 different field partners. Like Romanian orphanage is still one of them. We've sent out, 19 million servings in the last 2 years.